Let's take it back to 1990. May 22nd, 1990 to be exact. One day after my 12th birthday, a song was released that would take the world by storm. We're all in the same gang from the West Coast Rap All-Stars. Now, this song was the West Coast answer to Self-Destruction, which was an East Coast peace anthem. Self-Destruction was a dope song where a bunch of East Coast artists got on a record and addressed the violence and things that were going on in the community. It's a dope record. If you've never checked out Self-Destruction, I highly recommend it. It's a really, really good song. Very good song for hip hop, especially at that time, because 1990, there was this transition, 90, 91, 92, where, we had the, late 80s, early 90s, we were house party generation. We had the funky haircuts. We had the bright clothes, the cross colors. We were doing all these weird dances. Then gangster rap became popular and everyone's mood switched up. So this was right around that time. But the East Coast did have Self-Destruction, and the West Coast came back with We're All in the Same Gang. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the people on this album, the who's who of West Coast rappers at that time: Above the Law, Tone Loc, Ice-T, NWA, Digital Underground, Hammer, Eazy-E, like all these people were on one song together to talk about peace. It was all the brainchild of Michael Concepcion. Michael Concepcion was a former gangbanger turned music executive, and he had this bright idea of putting a lot of rappers on a song from the West Coast to address the gang problem in Los Angeles that at that point was about as high as it gets.
I'm one of the original members of the largest gangs it is, and I just got tired of seeing all the killing, and I said if somebody going to try to stop a lot of the killers, it should be somebody one of the persons that created it. So I just went out and talked to all my friends that's on this rap project and asked them would they anticipate in doing a rap show, a rap song where we can hope that a lot of the youth today listen to it and take heed to it, where they stop all the killing.
Late 80s, early 90s, it was going down in Los Angeles. It was a war zone, even for a civilian like myself. I remember like it was yesterday. Gangs hanging out on the corner. This is before all the gang injunctions and things like that. So, it was nothing to hit a corner and 17 Crips would be hanging on a corner. You're like, damn, man, I got to walk through these motherfuckers. Like, yeah. Or 23 essays hanging on a corner. You're like, man, they soon did away with all that. But 1990 was a rough time to live in Los Angeles for everybody. By all accounts, most people could agree. You think it's bad now. It's bad now. This year is bad now, but guys, if you could survive the 90s, you could survive anything. The video was filmed in Nickerson Gardens, a big project out here in LA that is still a big project out here in LA, home of the bounty hunters. Now, this video specifically doesn't use the traditional blue and red for Crip and Blood. They use, I'm going by memory, yellow and green, I do believe. They used yellow and green. One gang was rocking their yellow and one gang was rocking the green. It was very interesting that they made that choice. And I guess it's probably a good choice to make. You don't want an actor being mistaken for a gang member and shot on the streets, especially around that time, to where gangsters were shooting first and asking questions later. And this song, when it came out, the anticipation around it. I remember the anticipation specifically about seeing it live on the Arsenio Hall show.
Thank you.
This weekend, Mayor Tom Bradley, LA police officers, and gang members, along with my next guest, will all join together to start something called Peace Weekend. And as Bill said, hopefully it'll be Peace Life. The goal of Peace Weekend is to stop crime and violence among our nation's youth.
Kids, I know a lot of you don't know about Arsenio Hall. Arsenio Hall was our Joe Rogan. He was it on late night. Everybody wanted to see who Arsenio was going to bring on. If Arsenio was going to have Madonna on, everyone was tuned in. And everyone was tuned in for the We're All in the Same gang when they came on Arsenio Hall. And I don't believe I got to watch it that night, but I do believe, I know, because I had it on videotape for years. I do believe my mom recorded it for me and I was able to watch it the next day, if I'm not mistaken, because I'm pretty sure it was on a school night, so I doubt if she was going to let me stay up till 11:35. And the thing about those days, the performance didn't start at 11:35. Shit, that performance could probably started at like 1 in the morning, even looking back now. So I highly doubt if I watched it live. But I know for a fact I saw it the next day because I had it on video cassette for years until a lot of my videos disappeared.
We'll take a commercial. We're to come back with a song from the West Coast Rap All-Stars.
But watching this on Arsenio Hall, man, I mimicked every single line. I know the song by heart to this day, but just to see him on TV and to hear them mess up a little bit, some of them messed up. But it was really cool, man, to see all these rappers. And this is really before I even knew I wanted to pursue being a rapper. This may have been the tipping point to where I think I want to do this. Because I remember watching them with so much awe, just like, oh my God.
Did you ever run across or do any business with Michael Concepcion?
I knew Michael. Me and Michael were about the same age. He went to Washington. I went to Centennial. Even after he got shot, Michael Concepcion would come to he could come to the Eve After Dark. Michael Concepcion could go anywhere he wanted to go.
So the song starts with a radio announcer saying, "I'm King News and I come to you with the truth. The mean streets took 6 more lives overnight, all the result of gangbang stupidity. By the way, you gangsters should know one of your victims was a 3-year-old girl. Well, you gang members, you still don't get it, do ya?" And then King T comes in, the legendary King T. "It's straight up madness everywhere I look. Used to be a straight A student, now he's a crook, robbing people just to smoke a shoot up. Used to have a crew cut, now he's a poop, but dropped out of school and he joins the neighborhood gang. Hanging on the street selling cane to his own people. And when I say people, I mean color. You a stupid mother,
That's all the shit that I was around, gang banging, and that was also our thing, is trying to get people to stop. You know, it was a lot of killing even back then going on, and a lot of, we wasn't able to perform certain places and do certain things because of the gang violence and the killing that was going on.